The time is precisely 6:15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here's the news edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Chandima Veerakorn. Headlines. Several important decisions will be taken for the development of the plantation sector this year. MPs nominated to 5 parliamentary committees. The first stock of the 7 million eggs which was imported from India has been received. The ambassador of the United States of America in Sri Lanka, Julie Chung, met the Speaker. Operation Yuktiya, 663 more suspects arrested. In news overseas, Pakistan election, Imran Khan and Nawaz Sharif each claim advantage. Local stories in detail. Minister Mahinda Amaraweera says that several important decisions will be taken regarding the plantation sector this year. The first program was initiated last month. Accordingly, B60 policy was implemented to enhance the quality of tender tea leaves. The minister also stated that measures have been taken to expand the small red onion cultivation in Monaragala, Tellulla, Jaffna, Kurunagala, Moragollagama and Niyadagama areas. A program will be initiated to provide fertilizer needed for the tea, rubber and coconut cultivation. Several parliamentarians for committee meetings have been named according to the nominations. The names of the members of Parliament who were appointed to serve in 5 parliamentary committees have been announced. Accordingly, members have been selected to serve in the Ministerial Consultative Committee on Transport and Highways, Ministerial Consultative Committee on Tourism and Lands, Committee on Parliamentary Business, Committee on Public Accounts and the Committee on Ways and Means during the 5th session of the 9th Parliament, which was ceremonially inaugurated by President Ranil Wickremesinghe on the 7th of February. State Trading Corporation says that the first stock of 7 million eggs which was imported from India has been received. After inspecting by the Department of Health, the stocks of eggs will be issued to the Satasa outlets in the island. The ambassador of the United States of America in Sri Lanka, Julie Chung, met the Speaker. Mahinda Abewardena at the Parliament recently. The Secretary General of Parliament, Kushani Rohanadira, and Chief of Staff and Deputy Secretary General of Parliament, Chaminda Kularatna, were also present at this meeting. Speaker Mahinda Abewardena expressed his gratitude for the support given to the Parliament by the U.S. government through the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, and the National Democratic Institute, NDI, to strengthen democracy in Sri Lanka. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Your next generation digital banking partner, People's Bank.
Continuing with the local stories, another 663 suspects have been arrested by Sri Lanka's police and security forces personnel within 24 hours, which ended at 12:30 a.m. today. The arrests were made as part of the ongoing countrywide anti-drug operation Yuktiya. Among the arrestees are 547 suspects who were taken into custody on narcotics-related charges and 116 others who were on the list of wanted criminal suspects. The ministry also mentioned that warrants had been issued against 14 of the suspects for drug-related offences and that 95 others had open warrants against them for non-drugs-related offences. To end the local news, the headlines again. Several important decisions will be taken for the development of the plantation sector this year. MPs nominated to 5 parliamentary committees. The first stock of the 7 million eggs which was imported from India has been received. The ambassador of the United States of America in Sri Lanka, Julie Chung, met the Speaker. Operation Yuktiya, 663 more suspects arrested. That ends the local news for now.
Enjoy seamless shopping. Open LCs, settle bills and transfer funds instantly, anywhere and anytime. With People's Bank Digital Solutions, you're empowered to do more whenever and wherever you want. Unlock a world of modern banking conveniences with People's Bank, your next generation digital banking partner. People's Bank.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
Taking a look at the main news story, Sri Lanka Transport Board or SLTB passenger bus fleet have been boosted by adding 200 renovated buses at an event held under the patronage of Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena yesterday. The event took place near Japan-Sri Lanka Friendship Road, adjacent to the Parliament complex, the Prime Minister's office said in a statement. These buses were discarded and taken out of service earlier. They were fully renovated under the concept by Minister of Transport, Highways and Mass Media, Dr. Bandula Gunawardena. That came to you in the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
Moving on to Watchlight. The water supply for parts of Colombo will be suspended this evening for a period of 15 hours, the National Water Supply and Drainage Board says. Water cuts will be in place from 5 p.m. today until 8 a.m. tomorrow. According to the National Water Supply and Drainage Board, Colombo 11, Colombo 12, 13, 14 and 15 areas are supposed to be affected by the water cut, which is being imposed due to essential maintenance work planned under the Ambatale Water Supply System Improvements and Energy Saving Project. That came to you in Watchlight.
Coming up, World News.
Headlines of the world news. Pakistan election, Imran Khan and Nawaz Sharif each claim advantage. 7 killed after Russia drone hits petrol station. Senegal clashes spread over election postponement. With most results now declared in Pakistan's election, no political force has a clear majority, but candidates linked to jailed former PM Imran Khan have won most seats so far. The results have defied expectations and Mr. Khan is claiming victory. However, another ex-Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif says his party has emerged the largest and wants others to join a coalition. Today, Pakistan's army chief urged the country to move on from the politics of anarchy and polarization. General Azim Munir said that a stable hand was needed to unite Pakistan's diverse polity and to make democracy functional and purposeful. At least 7 people have been killed in an overnight Russian drone attack that hit a petrol station in the northeastern city of Kharkiv, officials say. The drones caused large fires in a residential area in the east of the city, regional head said. 5 members of one family, including a baby and 2 children, were among the victims, he said. Russia's military has made no public comments on the reported strikes. Kharkiv mayor said the Russian aggressor is ruining our city in a video message from the scene. Violent protests in Senegal against the postponement of presidential elections have spread across the country, with the first fatality reported. A student died in clashes with police yesterday in the northern city of St. Louis, and a opposition leader and a local hospital source said. In the capital, Dakar, security forces fired tear gas and stun grenades to disperse the crowds. The 25th of February elections were last week delayed by MPs until 15th December. President Macky Sall had earlier called off the polls indefinitely, arguing this was needed to resolve a dispute over the eligibility of presidential candidates. To end the world news, the headlines again. Pakistan election, Imran Khan and Nawaz Sharif each claim advantage. 7 killed after Russia drone hits petrol station. Senegal clashes spread over election postponement. That came to you in World News. Moving on to the development news, a solar power project will be implemented in the Siambalan-Dua area, generating a capacity of 100 megawatts of power. More than $130 million has been invested in the project. That came to you in development news.
Moving on with sports news.
Sri Lanka Cricket will facilitate the Uganda national cricket team for a 14-day training camp. The Ugandan team, who last year qualified for the T20 World Cup, arrived in the island today. The facilitation will include the allocation of an international ground, GICS Galle, the allocation of a team from the High Performance Centre development squads to play 7 T20 games, and providing match-related logistics such as umpires, scorers, match meals, medical support and other relevant assistance at the ground, SLBC said in a media statement. That came to you in the sports news.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු ගීන හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
And on the business news, the Sri Lanka-Thailand Business Forum, organized in collaboration with the Embassy of the Kingdom of Thailand in Sri Lanka, the Department of International Trade Promotion, the Ministry of Commerce Thailand, the Ministry of Trade, Commerce and Food Security, the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce and the Chambers Sri Lanka Greater Mekong Business Council on 3rd of February 2024 attracted high-level government and private sector participation. That was the business news.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු ගීන හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
And on the economic news, the government has implemented a program to provide solutions for the workforce shortage in free trade zones. Accordingly, the Ministry of Labour has taken measures to conduct a series of mobile surveys in this regard. The objective of this move is to enhance the living conditions of the children of the workforce. That was the economic news.
Weather report.
And finally, we take a look at the weather report. Mainly fair weather will prevail over the island. Fairly strong winds, about 30 to 40 kilometers per hour, can be expected at times in eastern slopes of the central hills and in northern, north-central, eastern, northwestern, Uva and southern provinces. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in central, Sabaragamuwa, western and Uva provinces and in Galle, Matra and Polonnaru districts during the morning. That was the weather report. And to conclude this bulletin of news, the headlines again. Several important decisions will be taken for the development of the plantation sector this year. MPs nominated to 5 parliamentary committees. The first stock of 7 million eggs, which was imported from India, has been received. The ambassador of the United States of America in Sri Lanka, Julie Chung, met the speaker. Operation Yuktiya, 663 more suspects arrested. And in news overseas, Pakistan election, Imran Khan and Nawaz Sharif each claim advantage. With that, we conclude this bulletin of news from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.